All right, welcome back to A Dash of Life special Thursday show because I wanted to get this guest on, and tonight was the best night we could get him. So we'll be bringing him on here momentarily. Just again, I want to thank everybody for coming out, supporting the show. It means so much to me. Feels like I haven't done a show in a while. We did so many shows the last couple of weeks that we only had one show this week, so it feels like I haven't done one in a while. So just want to give a shout out to all the guests I've had on lately. I appreciate so much for coming on. Peyton last week, wonderful show. Got to talk a little bit about books. Tonight, I want to bring on a friend of mine from high school. I mean, known him for 30 or so years now. But we played football together, grew up in school together. So I'm going to bring him on here in just a minute, Greg. So if you're watching, I'll be bringing you on. So hope you're out there watching. And we'll get you on here in just a second. Make sure that if you're watching, make sure your phone is vertical, and then just invite yourself to come on when you're watching. Again, we've got still got some great guests coming up the rest of this month. Next week we got my friend and my wife's friend Glory coming on. She's done some wonderful illustrations and things for kids' books that are on Amazon at this time. So we'll be talking with her next week. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Greg Davis on and we'll get it going. And hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties.
All right. Hey, you told me to do that. I had it out of my case here, so I'm going to put it back in real quick.
All right.
How about that? Does that work?
That looks perfect.
Better.
How are you, my friend?
Good. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, let me turn my volume up just a little bit.
All right.
Okay. I'm there.
All right. Well, welcome to the show.
How are you, man?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much. I want to first tell you what a pleasure it is to finally have you on the show. You inspire me in so many ways by watching your sermons on Sundays. I don't catch them all the time, but I do catch the ones that when I'm available. So it really is a pleasure just to finally have you on the show.
Well, good. Thanks for having me on. And your show, I've really enjoyed watching it, and especially catching up with some of the people from high school and just so many people doing so many different things. It's really cool to see.
It's man, it just when this started, I was like, man, I've just got so many friends that are doing like you said, just so many things, and here you are out there preaching the word, which I love. My wife and I get a chance to watch you every Sunday when we can. She works a little bit, but she'll come in and catch the last part of it. So I have to ask you, growing up playing football, what led you to the path that you're on now?
Well, I was kind of anticipating you asking this question, so I was preparing a little bit. My wife was a little bit nervous when I left the house to come back up here to the church office because she said, "What's he going to ask?" I said, "I don't know. I've been texting and asking, but I don't really know." But I thought you would probably ask that. So I was a year older than you in high school, graduated in 1990. In 90, and I'm just going to kind of give you the long version if you're okay with that.
That's absolutely
because
perfect.
It's a really long path to get where I am today. Graduated in May 18th, 1990. May 19th, got up and started working for D. Johnson Pools in Choctaw. I worked there for 4 years, and then I went into the car business and was in the car business for a long time selling cars. And then in 99, I got out of the car business. And that's when I met my wife in 98. I'd met her in college, and then we got married in 99. And I was converted shortly after we got married. Her dad was a pastor, very gracious. I was in church hearing the word preached every week, and was converted. And immediately I started to kind of like get invited to talk to youth groups and everything, because you know a little bit about my past, but I certainly wasn't a pastor. And,
Right.
there's a guy from Tacoma Park that pastors the church there in Tacoma Park. And he said, I was voted least likely to ever be a pastor. And so that's one of those things, like, I didn't expect it. I don't think anybody expected it, but the Lord had a different plan. And so I started working with youth, and I worked with youth for quite a while at my father-in-law's church, was an intern there, and then ended up, so you say, how did I get here? I ended up going to OBU. I'd never had a college degree. Sorry, I've had this upper respiratory thing, but went to OBU, got a degree there, and was on my way to seminary with plans to go down and just to get a PhD down there. Wanted to get a PhD. Thought I was going to teach. And are we good? Are we still on streaming here?
Yeah, we're streaming. We're good.
Okay. But my wife, in the meantime, got pregnant with our first child. And so we made a plan to not do that. Started praying about a church. And this church that I'm in, I've been in for 17 and a half years. And they had come to OBU and asked, give us your top 3 guys coming out. Somehow I made that list. I don't know how, but I made that list. And the rest is history, as they say. We have stayed here in Cashion. We came, thought we'd be here for a couple of years. And here we are. We've raised all of our kids in Cashion school systems. And we got a daughter who's going to graduate this year, was born,
very nice.
Technically born here. So that's how I got here. It just,
that's awesome.
The Lord's providence.
Yeah, not that, it's just amazing that the work that you've done. I like I said, I mean, even just you showing the sermons on Sunday, it was like, I want to go see Cat. And we talked about this over the messenger a few times and everything about us wanting to move up there. And that was partly part of the reason why we want to move up there. Just the familiarity, but just watching you at the church, it's like, man, it would be great to be able to go there or somewhere I know, but we feel like we already are part, even though we're not there, we feel like we're part of your family there. So I appreciate that. So we're still looking for homes up there in Cashion and everything, but so I got to ask, is that where you want to stay? I mean, are you happy there? Not in a bad term, but is there something bigger and better? Or is this, I mean, like, do you feel like I am there? I'm at the pinnacle. What is it for you that?
Yeah, hang on just a sec, because you're cutting out. I got to make sure this isn't on my end. Hang on.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. Wait just a second, Hoop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know if we need to disconnect and retry, but you're like frozen.
No, you're here. I got you.
Okay. Am I live? You can see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just frozen on my screen. Can I answer that question? You ready?
Yeah.
I've been asked that many times. Do I have plans to go other places, to bigger churches? To be real honest with you, when I first came here, there was a lot of those opportunities. I've been out here so long, those opportunities don't come along. And I don't shop resumes. I don't put anything out there. I always say the Lord knows where I am if he wants me. But we honestly have fallen in love with this community. And, a guy that came and was on my ordination board when I was ordained, he came and was always kind of skeptical when I was here and was staying for so long, because he said it's a smaller community. And then he came and realized we'd built a church building. We'd moved out to the highway. Our church is growing. And he said, God's grown a church here. And I think wherever you are, you have to be faithful. And that's the way I look at it. If the Lord leads me here, then I'm fine with it, to be real honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I hope you stay there, especially if we get up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you come, I'll make it a promise.
All right. So you've been there 17 years. What is the hardest part of preparing for a sermon on Sunday? What is it that you look for, and what is the hardest part of getting it ready?
That's a great question, by the way. I wish more people would ask that question. To be honest with you, I have a seminary degree, and people think, man, you open the Bible and you just automatically know what it's saying. I don't. It's a lot of hard work because what I do is we do what we call biblical exposition, which is to go in and pull out the meaning of the passage, not to just look for something to preach every Sunday that, catches the tickles their ears, so to speak. And so finding the meaning of the passage is the hardest part, and just feeling confident that you're not in some way violating what God is saying in the text of Scripture. And I'm one of those people, and I'm not saying this boastfully or with pride in my voice, but I'm one of those people that trembles at the word, because I do believe it's the God-inspired word, and I don't want to in any way abuse that. So finding the meaning of the passage for me is the hardest part. Illustrations and all those things, they just come once I've got that nailed down, they just come. But finding the meaning of the passage. And I think most guys that are in the same field that I am, if they preach the way I do, would say the same thing. So that's the short answer.
Yeah. No, I guess that's kind of like, my wife and I will sit there and we'll choose a random passage each night that we talk about. And I guess that's kind of, not along the same lines, but it's kind of what we talk about. That's our discussion during the night. We'll just pick a random passage, and that's where we lead ourselves through the night. So I just wondered if it was the same way, or, and to really gear yourself up. It's a little bit difficult, I guess, to, because you got to, you can't just memorize what you're going to say or what you're going to do. You got to have good, you got to have your notes. And even I find myself writing things down when we're getting ready, because we'll pick our passage. That's what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
And I find myself going in and doing and reading. And so I don't want to, it makes me feel better to know what I'm talking about, I guess. So, but yeah, but you pour it out on Sunday, man. You do. Just your sermons always bring it to me, and I appreciate you for, like I said. So here we are, 30, I'm not going to go that far, 30 years down the road. Do you miss high school?
Hey, Hoop, we're cutting out one more time.
You.
Okay. I don't know if it's on my end or your end. What did you say about
high school?
Years?
I said, here we are 30 years removed from school. I'm trying not to date us a little bit, but we already did that earlier. But do you miss school? Do you miss the football? Do you miss the hijinks?
Hang on just a sec, Gordon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try something here real quick.
All right.
If this hangs up, I'll reconnect with you, okay?
Yeah, you're fine. I got you. Got a little technical difficulties here. There we go. I think I got you.
Okay.
Class clown.
Now I'm back. I'm going to see if you're back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Man,
it could be.
Praying. I'm really praying that the Lord will help us out here, because you're just frozen there.
I get some. Yeah, I got you. That's technical, man. I tell you what, me and electronics don't get along all that well.
Okay, hang on.
All right, I got you.
Okay, now it says we're live. We'll see if we're reconnected.
Yeah, I got you if you can hear me.
Yeah, you just sound like you're like a robot or something on the other end here.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So we were talking about 30 years removed from school. Do you, like I said, do you miss football? Do you miss the hijinks? Do you miss anything from school?
Yeah, of course I miss everybody. I was one of those guys enjoyed high school. I don't look back at with any, I regret behaviors that I had, but I don't look back and think I despise those people or anything. I had good friendships, enjoyed you guys and us. So
I got
you still got it.
I still got. Yeah, I don't. There's not a thing. I mean, like we talked about not too long ago. I miss the football. I still have I have a little bit of bad taste in my mouth about some of the football, but I really enjoyed playing, and you guys were awesome to play and grow up with, and but
I'm going to try to move you closer to our wireless here at the church. Let me try this.
Emily says you were the class clown. That was for sure.
Oh man, I was always voted class clown.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in here into our auditorium and see if this will work better. Are you able to hear me a little better?
I am able to hear you. That's big. That's a big church.
We've got a wireless base up here, and we'll see if this works. Hey, who?
Yeah.
Do you want to try to reconnect?
Yeah, we can.
Let's try to reconnect. Let me hang up and you go live again. We'll try to
All right.
reconnect.
All right, we can do that. Did you get off there? All right, there we go. Technical difficulties. You got to love Facebook Live.
Yeah, I'm coming on with you.
All right, there you are.
Here, there's our worship center right there.
Well, no,
let me see where my You're frozen there. I don't know what's going on.
You're frozen on my end now. Are we better?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit better. I don't see you.
So can you hear me now? Can you see me? I've got my hands waving. Maybe it's the let's try this again. I'm going to.
Hey, Gordon, the only thing I can think of is hanging up and retrying this. I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah, we can try that. Let me pop off here real quick, and then I'll get right back with you.
Let's try it one more time because I'm enjoying the conversation. It's just I can't get. Let me try
it. Good live. Okay. All right, we're gonna see if he can pop back on real quick. Emily, you said you heard him at Amy G's funeral. I was unfortunately deployed during that time, and I missed her funeral, but I'm glad there was somebody there for her, and it was Greg during that time. You're right. I love listening to his sermons on Sunday. They're very inspirational. Just love it. So I'm hoping we'll get him back on here in just a second. See if you can get it working if you're watching there again. So Dallas, I see you're watching again. Thanks again, buddy. Always appreciate you watching and everything. Let's see if we can get Greg back. All right, Greg, if you're on there, try it again. Send me a request. Oh, yeah, I agree. I totally agree, Emily. There we go. Let's see. We're going to try to get him back. Yeah, I hear you, Emily, 100%. It's amazing that the word that he speaks and just the amount of feeling that you get, and especially during some of the times that I've gone through lately, uh, it's made it a little bit easier to deal with, for sure. Woo. Still having technical difficulties. We're going to try here. Agreed. Yeah, it's almost like your big brother is talking to you, if you know what I mean. Uh, when he speaks, it's like, you know, because I have, and like you said, you've known him for so long, and I've known him for so long. When you hear him speak, it's like listening to your older brother, helping you through whatever is going on. So I know you're trying. Hopefully, we'll get you added. If not, we'll figure a way to do it again. Let me see if it's on my end. Hold that thought. I'm gonna check something. Nobody's on anything, really. Yeah, it's freezing us up. All right, I'm still checking. Sorry that. Let's see. Yeah, I keep saying connection failed. Let's try it one more time, Greg. Technical difficulties all day long. Let's see. We'll try it right here. We're trying, folks. We're trying. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to do technology and actually be live in person with somebody, so we don't have to go through these difficulties. Yeah, I hit add, so it's just waiting to send it to you. For whatever reason, we're just not getting a good connection tonight. All right. Hey, Greg, if you're there, what if we let me try? I logged back on and it's still not doing it, so I just don't know what's going on. It says keep saying connection has failed. We may have a bad connection. So I'll try it one more time. All right, I sent you see if you get an invite from me. Maybe it'll work from my end this time. All right, come on. All right. If anybody knows any better ways to do this, please send me something. All right, all right, all right. Did you get my invite? is, babe.
Yeah, he's on mine.
It could still be blocking it.
It can't. It's on mine. It's on my phone, on my service. Oh,
No, we're just.
let's try again.
All right. So Greg, if you're, let's I do not know what's going on. I'm hoping it pops up here in a minute. Yeah, let me disconnect and start all over again. All right, I'm gonna disconnect and I'll be right back.